Hey everybody, what's
Hi!
up? I'm Bret Williams.
I'm Josh Elliott.
Elliott.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Josh Elliott.
And today we're going to be reviewing the Hitman's Bodyguard. Shut up, motherfucker.
Because this movie thinks that saying the F word over and over again
It's
is
the best
all
thing
you
ever.
need for pure comedy. This movie isn't getting very good reviews. It has like 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I would personally say that I think the people that are reviewing this movie only saw the first half of it.
Yeah, first half is hard to get through.
The movie looked super funny from the trailers, and I could not imagine the movie being
was
bad
really
based on those
excited for this
trailers.
movie.
But most of the jokes in those trailers are in the second half of the movie. The first half is really boring, surprisingly.
It is so hard to get through.
Shoot, we forgot to actually describe the movie. Ryan Reynolds as a bodyguard and Samuel L. Jackson as a hitman. I forgot the specifics of it, but Samuel L. Jackson has to get from one place to another without being killed by people that want to kill him so he can testify.
Ryan Reynolds' character has to protect him.
And then a bunch of crazy shit happens. It takes forever to get started.
Whenever in the movie it says Amsterdam, that is when the movie picks up.
Which is literally about halfway through.
Exactly.
The reason I thought the first half of this movie was so boring is because it just wasn't funny.
They tried to make it like really dramatic at times and it didn't work at all. Ryan Reynolds had this girlfriend that they broke up for a while. I counted like 2 times when it started playing sad music and they're having this conversation and it didn't work. It was really cheesy and really bad when they did that.
The music is the only consistently bad thing throughout the movie. It was very
really
cheesy.
fit.
Yeah, the tonal shifts in this movie do not work at all in the first half. There's a scene where a man's family is killed right in front of him. There's a scene where a bomb goes off. There's a scene where one character, I won't say who it is, they're being tortured and they have a cloth put over their face. They shock him over and over again. These scenes are so intense and they're meant to be taken so seriously, but then it just goes straight into these comedic moments. And those shifts don't work. Mostly in the first half, though. They're trying so hard to set everything up that they kind of forget that this is a comedy movie.
Let's give this its pros and cons. Pros.
Yeah.
It has some pretty decent action scenes. Some action scenes have a lot of shaky cam that's very hard to follow at times, but some are really good. There were some chase scenes in the movie that I really enjoyed.
There is one scene in the second half of the movie that's a long take scene, the scene in the kitchen. That fight scene was really cool.
That was great.
I like that.
In the second half, it had a lot of laughs, a lot of good moments. Now cons.
It's really hard to do pros and cons for this movie. The things that it gets wrong in the first half, it gets right in the second half. So it's not just different things that it gets wrong and right. It's the same things that it starts off as wrong and then it gets right. The humor is flat in the first half and then it gets smarter and there's more visual humor in the second half and it works better. The characters feel more fleshed out in the second half, but they don't in the first. Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson have a history with each other, but we don't know that until they meet. And so the entire dynamic between these two characters relies on stuff that we haven't seen.
I would have liked if they had like a flashback scene to where they like encountered each other, but like it just threw me off when they first saw each other.
I just would have liked it if they had never met before.
Like when I saw that, I thought it was like a sequel or something to another movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't think that.
Yeah, I like literally when I saw that I was like, is this like a sequel?
What if it is and we just don't realize
it? I don't think it is, but
the jokes in the first half also aren't very good as well.
They fall flat a lot.
I mean, they don't try for many jokes very much, but like there's a poorly timed fart joke in there.
I find it funny that the 2 leads have normal American accents and everybody else in the movie is like English.
Once they get to Amsterdam, everything just becomes better. One major difference I noticed was that the tonal shifts do start to work because I think the best comedy movies are the ones that can successfully grip you enough with the characters to make you genuinely care about them and have these dramatic moments really hit home and work to make it all the more funny when funny things do happen. Like Shaun of the Dead, which you still haven't seen yet. I have to show you that. But like that movie does that phenomenally, and the second half of Hitman's Bodyguard does that really well as well. It mixes the two together, and I liked that.
Yeah, this movie, it's kind of like The Dark Tower, but I'd say it's better than The Dark Tower. It's not great, it's not bad, it's just like kind of like right in the middle. If you've seen any other action comedy, this is basically like any of those. It doesn't really do anything new. It's just a bunch of action, chase scenes, cuss words from here and there. It's just a typical action comedy. All right, so let's go to final verdicts.
We've said this the entire review. First half bad, second half good. If you liked the trailers and they entice you, then you will probably end up walking out of this movie happy. You will have to sit through the first half where it's very slow and overly dramatic and they don't try hard with the jokes, and the jokes that they do have don't land. There are pretty much like 3 good scenes with jokes in the first half of the movie, and then the second half of the movie, the jokes pick up and they become cleverer. The story picks up, it becomes faster paced, the characters have more depth, it just becomes better. The first half I would give a 4, the second half I would give an 8, so by default it gets a 6.
When I saw the trailer, I thought this movie would be pretty good. I thought it would be a fun movie. In a way, it was. The first half, as we said many times, is not good. It's messy. It falls flat when it tries to be funny, which it doesn't even do that much in the first half, and the dramatic scenes are just terrible. But when it goes to the second half, it does all those things better. Not well, but just better. I've seen so many action comedies like this, and they didn't really try anything new. The characters that Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson played, their characters are exactly any character that they would play in other movies. I would give it the same score. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because it's just an average action comedy movie, nothing new. You've seen it before, but I would say to go and see this movie because it does have some good and fun moments.
It's still fun at the second half.
All right, so what did you think of The Hitman's Bodyguard? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment and let us know, and do not forget to subscribe to High School Film Nerds.
Oh, wait, and follow us on Instagram.
Peace out!
Bye!